Cancer, Cardinal, Water. Hello, happy Monday, Moon Day. It's the full moon day in your sign. Under Capricorn, your polarity sign. And it is the Wolf Moon, which is the Native American zodiac for Pisces, which represent loyalty, community, drive, fierceness, and sometimes there's a lone wolf, so we'll see which one you are. But this is going to be your singles love reading. If you are in a connection, right, a long-term connection or something that's been going on for a while and you're looking to tarot for answers to that, there's your answer, right? If you're in something brand new, or you're just opening up to the idea of love, or you've been single for a long time and you're ready for love, finally ready to offer your cup that you've been filling up, you've been working really hard toward, this is a reading for you, okay? Let's see what's going on for Cancer. Six of Cups. Okay, so this is past love. Now, that can be somebody, however you view time, that could be somebody from a past version of yourself in this life cycle. That could be someone from a past life cycle. This could be somebody that makes you feel like a child again. So it could be somebody that you've known since childhood, or that soulmate energy of, you know, the very twin flamey, like someone you've been dreaming about. This is a lot of cups, and this has taken a lot of self-love to get here. So this is your perfect mirror. So this person is going to make you feel like your truth. Your inner child is your truth. All right, the world, you could be at a distance from each other. Something could need to be ended before this comes together. But see, this person in the center here, this feminine figure, looks like they've already ended everything. So like I was saying, I feel like most of you have been single for a while, and you've been wanting somebody that matches you. You want your match, you want your person. Damn it. Yes, we have the Eight of Wands, which is going against the grain. It's starting a new cycle. It's breaking tradition. It's creating some new reality. And it's taken a lot of magic. All right, now with the World here in direct, I was going to say reflection, but in direct regard to this Six of Cups person, this could be, you could be dealing with a Leo or a Virgo, somebody in August, right? Maybe you were born on the 8th, you know, they were born on the 8th, something with infinity, so they could be a Gemini, Virgo. The Magician is associated with mercurial energy, which is the throat chakra. Could also be a Taurus, right? So those are just some signs that you could be dealing with, or energies that you're dealing with. Basically, all of those individuals associated with that, they go against the grain and they speak their truth, right? So this person is going to be a very individual type person, right? Very unique, which I feel like attracts like with the Six of Cups. That's what it's saying. So this is your person who perfectly mirrors all of your uniqueness, right? You may be different in some ways, right? But you are at your core the very same in your cups, right? In the deepest parts of your vessel, you are the same. And you're part of each other's cycle. All right, and this could also be with Wands, online communication. So with the World here, it could be the World Wide Web. You could be meeting online. It's hotter than I thought it was, but I'm not mad about it. Let me know if you guys can hear me with that heater. I've got it set lowest and kind of pointing away. But it's still a little too cold for me to function. You know, I got to be able to grab the cards and stuff, so I do have that on. Okay, so the World and the Devil. The Hanged Man and the Six of Cups. And the Three of Cups. So there is a message, probably an offer to go out together maybe grab a drink, maybe grab some coffee, right? With the wands here, it's a warm invitation, right? 8 is a balanced number, right? So these are two individuals who are balanced. They both want marriage, right? So this kind of gives me the 2 of Cups, even though it's the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is more, you know, you both want the 4 of Wands. You both want something that joins you, and maybe you want a traditional marriage, right? But it's like you want to have some sort of ceremony where you have a witness. And if that witness is the moon, if that witness is the sun, right? Whatever you call God, whatever you call, if you believe God is a woman, a man, an entity, an energy, it's the collective shared prana, right? Life force. If you believe that it's in nature, if you believe it's Whoopi Goldberg, right? That's A Little Bit of Heaven, a movie with Kate Hudson, and she sees God, and God represents itself as Whoopi Goldberg, and because that's what she believes in. So again, with past lives, whatever you believe to be true about past lives, and whatever you believe to be true about what God is, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Maybe you have an issue with calling Source God, but yeah, it's like your work is very divine. It is the divine, right? And so it's like you guys are both going to be honoring the moon, which is the feminine. You could both be into the craft, right? Practicing spell work, magic with a K, right? The occult. You could be into that, right? I mean, if you're here, you probably are, but just because you are, you may have doubted whether or not you would find somebody else who was into that. Particularly if you're the feminine, you might be like, I'm not going to find a masculine who's into this witchy stuff or into this hoo-ha, this moon-worshipping lifestyle of mine. But we have the Hanged Man here, which is Pisces. And Pisces is also, you share the moon with Pisces, right? So it could be a Pisces, but it's someone in this energy regardless. And again, this is somebody who does things their own way. This is a unique person. And so that means you both have probably felt very isolated for a long time, misunderstood, lonely. The moon is kind of lonely. It does leave sort of a melancholic movie. Melancholia is a really good movie. Is Kirsten Dunst a Virgo? I know Cameron Diaz is a Virgo. I can't remember what Kirsten Dunst is, but she's in that. But also, again, with Virgo energy, Virgo is the polarity sign for Virgo. I'm sorry, Virgo is the polarity sign for Pisces. Pisces is the polarity sign for Virgo. And I know that Alexander Skarsgård is in there, and he's a Virgo. So I'm getting some Virgo energy here. Very specifically, you could be saving yourself for marriage, and that could be now that could be literally, you could be saving your virginity for marriage with the Virgo there, but you could also just be someone who is very pure, right? And this person can be very pure, and even though you've been through, we've got the Devil here, so even though you've been through a lot of shadows, and maybe you have like a checkered past, it's like you've re-purified yourself through the work that you do in order to become, oh, that's gonna bug me. I'm getting a lot of Virgo energy here. So maybe you have a Virgo placement. But you've purified, you've forged yourself like in the moonlight. I see you guys like bathing in the moonlight, spending a lot of time outside, maybe you like at night, and maybe you do, you're the most creative at night, right? You could work a night shift or just be up all night. You know, your polarity is Capricorn, which is the workaholic of the zodiac, right? They are the workhorse of the zodiac. They're very driven and motivated by tangible things. So they work hard and then they play hard. So maybe one of you works really hard, and works nights, or is just like that Eight of Pentacles energy of like working through the night, the keeping the home fires burning. What's that? Is that what it's called? Is that the saying I'm thinking of? Is that the saying I'm thinking of, Cancer? Can you tell me what I'm thinking? Maybe you can. You guys are pretty intuitive. But the Devil here is, it's like there's some sort of lurky thing here. But see how they're opposing, right? So it's like they're righteous. This person is righteous in the way that they behave. So maybe they were in the Devil energy. Maybe you're dealing with a Capricorn, right? But that might be the test here. Distance could be the challenge, and maybe work could be the challenge. But the Six of Cups is coming, so keep the faith. Don't falter in your faith, because that will attract. You'll be manifesting in fear, right? So you just trust the process, trust the timeline. Again, there's something about how you view time. You could feel like time is running out. You could be worried about timing, maybe your age. Yeah, we have the Ten of Wands. That is between the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Wands is Two of Wands, which is a choice between an old path and a new path. Eight of Wands says you're going in a new direction. So Ten of Wands tells me you're dropping this burden. This is an ending. With this World card here over it links to this World card. Endings. This new beginning is a Page of Pentacles. Pages of Pentacles. Yeah, that's right. They're slow and steady, right? But they have worked everything out. They know exactly how to come in a balanced way with something solid. Of the pages and of the knights, these are the most trustworthy, right? To come out alone. The other ones, you kind of want some other stuff to come out with them, right? So the Devil here could also be that fear, that worry, that doubt. Like, is this going to happen? Are they ever going to show up? Maybe you know who they are, and you're like, we had such a great connection and chemistry and all that stuff, but you weren't compatible at the time, that's the twin flame journey, right? You come together and you have all the pieces, except you have to go apart to reconfigure them so that they match, so the images match, right? And the vision matches, and you guys are compatible. You can't just, love isn't always enough. You need unconditional love, right? Which is kind of redundant, because love shouldn't just be, love doesn't need a clarifier. Love just is. It is unconditional as itself. God is love, right? Love is God. That is the unity that brings us together. That's where we connect in the heart space. That's where the divine union celestially comes together, because the sun and the moon are both ruled by the heart chakra, and that is Cancer and Leo. There's that strength again with the infinity symbol. And so love is unconditional. There should be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But in this world, the word love is thrown around, the term love is thrown around as just like a passing sentiment. Everybody loves everything, right? But they don't really unconditionally love anything. It's like, love has almost become a pejorative term, right? There's a negative sort of lackluster context to it. Yeah, with Five of Cups. And I feel like this is you've been through this, you've been, we do this, Cancer. I have Cancer moon, so, we cry over spilt milk. We look into the past. We can get quite melancholic and get into that place of what could have been, because we have that intuition. We have the ability to see the potential in all things. We often fall for potential, right? So somebody probably said that they loved you. Somebody acted like they loved you, but it was all an act, and it was just words. It wasn't a line. It wasn't truth, right? Maybe specifically you dealt with someone who said that they loved you literally just to get you into bed, right? And so it's like you gave your emotions and you were wholeheartedly in it because you are that cardinal water, right? Your cups are driven by fire. right? There's a lot of deep passion. Right? It's like a deep boil. Not like a boil in the skin, but maybe that's what this person was like. They needed to be popped. But, it's like a boil, like you're boiling a large pot, and it has to simmer from the bottom up in order to get to a rolling boil. So I feel like you spent a lot of time and energy giving this, whether it was to one person, multiple people, and so being in that single energy, if you haven't been single for a long time and you're trying to jump into something new, this is the universe saying, wait, right? Be patient, trust the process. Do not falter by fear. Do not allow the devil to tempt you because maybe you're feeling lonely or because you're feeling rushed by time, right? Time is an illusion. It's not an illusion like it doesn't exist, but it's relative, right? So time as we call it, like the time on the clock and the time on the calendar, is really an illusion, right? It's just whatever you imagine it to be, whatever you believe about time, whatever you believe about God, whatever you believe about the devil, whatever you believe is relative and it's true. And somebody else shook your beliefs because, what the hell was that? Oh, I've got condensation flipping all over the place. I thought I was spitting on stuff. But it is apropos that there's like water getting all over this card. It's like, ooh, there's a lot of sorrow associated with this. Oh, what is that? I just saw this image of this bridge, and I've actually painted a bridge similar to that with a mermaid and a little fiddle player. Oh, I can't remember. Maybe they were, I painted it for somebody. I can't remember their sign. It may have been Cancer, but I just saw this image in a movie, or maybe it was an album cover. I'll have to remember. Oh, I don't know. We'll see if it comes back to me. But I just saw it last night, yesterday. I just saw it, and I was like, oh, that looks like the painting I did. So yeah, the mermaid, the siren. There's something like somebody seduced you. An idea, a person, a place, a thing, something seduced you into this place. But this is you, and maybe you have a romantic attachment. And so you give your vessel, your cup, you give your cup and you pour it and you overgive, right? That loyalty that you have, it can often be a false loyalty, right? Because you believe in potential and you trust in people's words. Maybe you did, but if that's the place that you're in, the advice is to just stay the course. And if you feel like you've been staying the course, we have the Empress coming up. So you could be dealing with Libra, Taurus. We get the Page of Pentacles here. Could be an Earth sign, right? It's somebody solid. So if you want to attract the Empress, then you need to be in your Emperor energy. If you want to attract an Emperor, you need to stay in your Empress energy. Now, the Empress does not pursue. Feminine does not pursue. Masculine pursues. All right, so whichever you associate with. There's the Magician. So that Mercurial truth energy. It's also, the Emperor and the Empress are the divine alchemists. They are the magicians, right? They wield all the aces. They do things completely new. Every one of the elements that they wield is in a new way. They master this. They master the magic of every element. And there could be something with like you don't like your zodiac sign with the time and how it's like an illusion, and if calendars aren't real, then zodiac signs aren't real either, right? And there are some people who say there's 12, and there are others who say there's 13, right? And there are a lot of people who are like, well, I don't really relate to my sign, and so they just don't believe in it at all. But all it tells you is if you like that, cool. There's some power in the knowledge of knowing more about your own potential, right? The only potential that you should invest in is your own. And so it's, if you don't like that, if you're like, oh, I don't want to be associated with being crabby or moody or whatever, you have a whole chart there, honey. And time, divine timing, which is when the union comes together, is a frequency. It's not something that can be measured. It's only something that can be felt, right? You just know that you're on it, and you know when you're not. And if you're like, I don't really relate to maybe you don't relate to your star sign, but you relate to your moon sign, or you relate to your rising, or you relate to a stellium that you have, right? Or maybe you don't relate to any of it, right? You have all the materials here to be whatever you want, to be your own shapeshifter, and not to be manipulative. You're not practicing black magic or false magic, right? This is someone who does light work. They only wield these powers to purify and fortify themselves and to make themselves divine so that they can be in the Empress and or Emperor energy, right? So you collect all the kingdoms, all the queendoms, all the masculine, all the feminine, the modalities, right? The modalities are just elements. It's all just elements. This is an elementalist. You could be a life path number 4. And then the judgment here. Judgment Day. Okay, so a specific side note, but what I was getting with that, just clarifying that this was not black magic. We have the judgment here with this 5 of Cups. You may be like, oh, I'm going to get so powerful that I'll show them, or I'll teach them, or you're putting and if you're thinking that, if you're saying that, if you're actively practicing any sort of craft or spell work, right? Words are spells, thoughts are spells. Your frequency is a spell. It's a spell unto the universe. You're sending out vibrations. You're sending out light or dark, right? And so just make sure that there's no vengeance or any sort of vindictive nature behind this with the devil and this magician. Make sure that you're doing this purely for yourself, so that you can get to this place that you can attract pure love. And that's the best thing you can do for yourself. You don't need to show them. Show you. I feel like I'm like being very bossy here. But we have the Hierophant, so that's my place. That's what I'm supposed to be doing as the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the one who's tapped into, it's Taurus, but it's new traditions, it's marriage. Well, it's about traditions, but with the 8 of Wands here, it's about new traditions, right? You're doing things differently. The best apology, you're not getting an apology from these people, right? And they say you forgive yourself, right? But if you're like, well, I didn't do anything wrong, like they cheated, they lied, I was going in with truth. The Magician and the Emperor, the Empress, they've done this shadow work to realize, like, oh, I did play a role in it. I attracted that person. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't expect better for myself. I invested in their potential and not my own, right? So I feel like this new cycle that you're in, this new tradition that you're like, from now on, the best way that I can, you can't forgive somebody who didn't ask for forgiveness, right? So you can ask yourself, like, okay, like, I fucked up. I attracted some low lives, but I want to do things better for myself and for my person, so that we can come together and do this work, this Holy Trinity work, this work for the collective, right? And we can really bring abundance and raise the vibration of the collective. That's the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the spiritual teacher, spiritual leader. This is one or both of you, right? We have the Hangman and the Hierophant. But we have the Empress as well. So a lot of Taurus energy here. The Hanged Man. The Hierophant is the High Priest. So you could be in your High Priestess energy. You could have a Pisces placement. But that is all about trusting in what you see in your divine path, and then translating it from the 5D to the 3D. So you're helping others. Now you have to do this for yourself first, right? So the only way to, or the best apology, how does that saying go? I can't remember sayings right now. I don't know why I keep coming back to them, but essentially, the best apology is change behavior, right? Or the only acceptable apology is change behavior, right? So if you want to forgive yourself for contributing to that, like, let it go. You don't need to feel any like grief, regret, sorrow, shame. You did what you did. At least you have the capacity to fall for potential. At least you have the capacity to love wholeheartedly and to pour into your counterpart, right? But you have to give that to yourself first, and then this person over here is going to be in their Emperor or Empress energy, so they're going to have the same capacity. They're going to have gone through the same shadow work to fill themselves up, and then that's where you'll come together in this Hierophant. But the feminine counterpart to the Hierophant, the High Priest, is the High Priestess. So we have the Knight of Wands, which is like new inspiration. So I feel like with all these wands, you dealt with very casual connections. They were parasitic. They just were takers, narcissistic, shapeshifters. And so like what you learned from them was how to become a shapeshifter, but for yourself. I mean, they were shapeshifters for themselves, but what you're doing for yourself is for the collective, right? It's for the highest good. And the highest good is unconditional. You dealt with conditional people, all right? So we don't care about them. And so if you feel like you're still caring about them, this reading is for you, right? And if you're like, I don't care about them, I've moved on, then you're holding down this Empress or Emperor energy over here. You're in the Magician, all right? So you're just holding space for the rest of the Cancerian collective, right? To kind of, come on. We're better than this. Stop being loyal to the past. The past wasn't loyal to you. You don't need to have spite about that, but we have the Hermit here again. So that is, again, Virgo energy, but this is you purifying it. Yeah, a lot of like sacral chakra work, a lot of sexual energy work with all these wands. And the parasite, it's like it sapped your energy. I feel like you're going to be friends with somebody, right? There's the King of Swords here. So this person's not coming in with cups. This person's coming in with intellect. This person is logical. And if you're still in your Five of Cups energy, this person is going to feel abrasive to you. So this is somebody who is, I feel they're going to be more like a friend, a coworker, a boss. You're going to meet in a non-romantic, non-sexual way. But this is a leader, right? The Devil again with the Eight of Wands, or with the Nine of Wands. Cancer. 28:08 on the clock. It's 2 cycles. 2 cycles of conditional self-love. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is waiting on others to validate you, waiting on others. This person is wounded. They're the wounded warrior. So yeah, maybe you've gone through it a bunch. More than once. It was your cycle. But it gives me the... or maybe you went back to this person. Maybe there's one particular person you went back to them and you're like, oh shit. Maybe they said they were sorry. Maybe they were... But they didn't really say what they were sorry for, and they didn't change their behavior. So we have the Devil here twice. But again, with this King of Swords, if you're still in this energy of the past devil, your fear might be sparked, right? Because you're like, oh, the last person pretended to come in with cups, but they didn't. They were all spilled over. They were all empty. And they came in and just spilled my cups like a bowling ball. They just like toppled everything over. And then this person coming in very diplomatically, very direct with communication. This person, that may be what you need. This person you need to wait for this person because the Emperor has all the kings. So they need to come in balanced communication, balanced emotion, emotionally available, right? They need to come in stable in their 3D world, right? Not coming in trying to like latch onto you or leech off of you financially or for whatever you have to offer in the material world. And you're a material girl, right? No, but and then wands, they need to come in with passion and pursue you. So this King of Swords, death, Scorpio. Scorpio masculines are not the best at pursuing because they are a feminine sign. They are fixed water, so they often can be in their feminine aspect. With the devil here. Why are you guys triggering each other so much? We have the Page of Swords, so somebody is watching the Empress. If you're the feminine, someone's watching. King of Pentacles, that's better. That's somebody with some stability to come in. Again, the Pentacles are the most, as a solitary entity, the Page, the Knight, and the King are all the most well-rounded, right? And not just because they are, but they, with the Earth, and with the Pentacles being rounded, but they are the most balanced, right? Because they are slow, they are steady, and Pentacles are Earth, which is feminine, but Pentacles also represent the 3D, which is masculine. So they have a good balance of the masculine and feminine. King of Swords is all in their masculine. King of Cups would be in their feminine, right? And then the King of Wands is going to pursue what they want, but they might just be like passion driven. And wands are the most overtly masculine or distinctly masculine element, so they can be quite, egotistical and very much about that. So you're waiting for the Four of Wands, right? You want it to be balanced. You want someone who comes in with balance. This is the marriage. This is the union. We have all of this union, this Six of Cups. We have all this over here. I don't know what this Devil is over here. I mean, could just be reconfirming you need to let that go. And that's been a challenge for you. It could currently be a challenge for you. If you dealt with a Scorpio, or you have a Scorpio placement, that judgment, just watch that judgment, because there can be jealousy and vindictive nature. That the best thing you can do is heal yourself. We have the King of Pentacles over here, though, so it could be an earth sign, could be an air sign. We have the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, so there is that earth and, so this could be, again, someone that you meet at work. It reminds me of the movie Sleeping with Other People, right? She has a romantic attachment. Four of Swords, so we're balanced in Wands, we're balanced in Swords, which is masculine energy, which is good, that's what we want. And Three of Pentacles, this is that union, again, working together. Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles, so we have this balanced unity of working together in the feminine. So it's going to be, however you meet, it's going to be doing something that is emotionally and femininely fulfilling. Fuckity fuck. Jeez. So it's going to be very fulfilling to the feminine. Say that 5 times fast. And are you doing it? And then they're balanced in their masculine, right? With the Four of Swords and the Four of... So if you are the feminine and you want a balanced masculine to come in and nurture the feminine and collaborate with you and work with you, not against you, then rest, meditate, and also contemplate directly and communicate directly with the universe and with yourself what you want. This is how you call in what you want. The feminine receives, right? And the Four of Wands is 11-11. You might be seeing fours, 11-11. There's a lot of fours in 11-11 here. But that's balance. Queen of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Again, we have the Knight, we have Pentacles. You have a solid offer coming in. If you're the Cancer dealing with an earth sign, right? The earth sign is, in this reading, representing the masculine. So you could be the masculine Cancer, which means If you want a feminine earth sign, then you need to come in as an earth sign. You need to come in slow and steady and grounded and balanced, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, Six of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. Leave this shit behind. I feel like that was very troublesome for you. It could still be your challenge. It feels like it's still a little bit of a challenge. This new love could trigger that because, especially if you went back to the other person, it really felt like they were your person, but they were a karmic. So they were close, but no cigars, right? No wands. There's the Emperor. Yeah, buddy. And the Six of Pentacles. So a lot of six, a lot of self-love, mirroring, new love. Six is a number of self-love and soulmate, right? We had Six of Pentacles twice, and we started out with Six of Cups at the center of the deck, right? So feminines, hold that feminine frequency. Do not pursue. They will pursue you. And if they don't, they're not your person, right? He's just not that into you. I feel like you need to hear that. But, oh yeah, I'm going back to that bridge. There's something about the bridge. Bridge over troubled waters. So, if I think about it, I will title the song, album, or movie that it was associated with. Otherwise, I will title it something else. And if I do think about it, I'll comment it I'll put it in the comments. Because I do feel like that has some sort of meaning. That's some sort of confirmation for somebody. All right, so wherever you are on this timeline, again, only you know. That is relative to you and your experience and your belief systems, but it's coming in. Keep the faith. Got to keep the faith. And release the past. Forgive yourself. Move forward. Heal yourself. Fill yourself up. That's what their purpose was. Their purpose was to make you realize you needed to fill your own cup, because they weren't going to do it. All right, Cancer. If you want to support the channel, everything that you need to know is below in the description box. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for holding space. And until next time, I wish you well.